Hey everyone, this is David here with another video, and this one's new. I recently discovered the slide rule. Long story short, I was in a YouTube rabbit hole. I ended up watching some stories about the space race in the 1960s and how the slide rule, as seen here, was being used. I picked this one up. It's a K&E Desalon. It came with this beautiful case, and I bought it for about $25. So learning how to use it, I thought I'd share some of my newfound knowledge. And this one here is what I've just figured out how to do almost consistently, is how to do combined operations using the C and the D scales on a slide rule. And you can use any slide rule. And this is what I mean in terms of combined operations. I'm doing multiplication and I'm also doing division. And I'm trying to find one answer. In this case, we have the form of A times B times C divided by D times E to find the answer F. If you've used a slide rule before, you'll know which scales I'm talking about. The C and the D scales you see right here. And for those that don't know, they are identical. You can slide around and you can use it, and how they work, there's plenty of videos out there. And this one has a C and a D scale on the back as well, but there's a lot more values, a value of pi, etc. I prefer cake. So let's just stick to this, and we're going to use the C and the D scales. And it's very simple. Very simple steps. There's 7 in this case, but let's go through it. The first thing I do, as you can see here, is you want to align the C and the D scales. That's probably the first thing you should do anyways. Just line them up. You see how it slides over, and it's there. So there we go. They've lined up. Next, I want to move the cursor to find A on the D scale, slide to find D on the C scale, move cursor to B on the C scale, and so on. You see I'm moving the cursor, I'm moving the slide, moving the cursor, moving the slide. And if you haven't figured it out, it follows this pattern here on the bottom. Those on top, the numerators, I start up there, and when I go there, I'm moving the cursor to find it. I move the slide, use the cursor, move the slide, move the cursor, and finally, at the end, I'm going to read the answer on the D scale. Let's do a very simple example here on the back. So we have 2 times 4 times 6 divided by 3 times 5. I've already figured out the answer, but we'll go through it. First, line up the C and the D scales. Next, find 2. It's going to be on both scales, but I'll find it here. And we'll go back as a reminder. We know it's 2, then 3, then 4 anyway, so move the cursor to find A on the D scale. Next, slide to find D on the C scale. Everything's on the C scale. Slide. Find 3. Next, we're going up to 4. We move the cursor to 4. Next value is 5. Slide 5. Next, it's on the top, so slide the cursor to 6. And read the answer on the bottom. So we see we have, on the D scale, we have 3. These are decimal points, so decimal 1, decimal 2, and it's right on it. 3, 2. And what we do is we write down the number as you see, 3, 2. We don't put any decimal points in quite yet. You have to put the decimals and any applicable ciphers, i.e. zeros, down as you go through it. And we can do this one. It's a very simple answer. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 4 is 48. Bottom, 3 times 5 is 15. So 48 divided by 15, you don't need the exact answer. It's about 3. Okay? So we know that it's not 32. It's not 0.32. It's not 320. It is 3. Yeah, get into focus here. 3 decimal 2. As it says there, you'll find the decimal by estimation. Just sum up again. Combined operations using the C and the D scales. The number of multiplications on the top with a number of multiplications on the bottom. Align the cursors Start at the top left and work your way across, moving the cursor on the top, moving the slide on the bottom, always reading on the C scale, and find the answer on the D. I hope you found this helpful. It took me a while to come up with this, but if you can see here, the cursor's on top, the slide is on the bottom, and the order is a zigzag. And if you had more numbers, you would keep doing it until you come to the end. Thank you. If you have any points or comments or queries, please put on the bottom. My next video, how to find the decimal by estimation. Thanks for watching.